As much as there is things to complain about, there is things to be grateful for as well. How do we counteract our ungratefulness? We start being ungrateful, because that's what complaining really is. As much as complaining is healthy, at some point it gets ridiculous. At some point we need to start incorporating joy, gratitude, and thankfulness back into our lives. Hi, my sweet Dylan. I can't do it. Hi. I realize I personally can't be surrounded by people like who have too much negative energy. Like for me personally, like I can't be surrounded by people who complain and complain and complain and complain and don't do nothing towards their complaining. Because like for me, it's like I have this one friend. Alright, none name dropping, absolutely fine. Nah. Right, but I had this one friend, and she would continuously complain. I mean complain like the devil was on her cheeks, babe. Like she would constantly complain. She would constantly complain. And if I would be like, hey yo, like I would give her advice, or like I'll be like, what do you need? This girl would refuse to take any advice, to take anything, and not improve anything that's happening or change it. Nothing. And then the next day, she would come and complain, like if I did not just give her advice, or like if I did not just ask her what she needed. Like if I be like, okay, so like what did you do to change it? Silence, with crickets. Literal crickets. And I realize, with me personally, I can't be surrounded by people who continuously complain, who continuously do nothing to fix their life, who continuously embody negativity. Like it's there, like they have negativity in their identity. And as much as I love these people with as much grace as possible, I realize I can't change anyone, and understanding that you just have to leave people. It is. It's sorry. You just have to leave them. It is. Nothing no shit. But like, you can't be trying to save any and everybody. You can't expending your energy, time, ears, listening, and trying to get them advice, or trying to do this, or trying to do that, and they refuse to change. Some people, yeah, it's hard to allow them to dig the grave. Some people, you just had to set a bunch and be like, oh, let's not talk about that right now. You know, some people really had just be like, I don't want to talk about this right now. But I wasn't recording. I know it's very hard to say no to these people, but some people refuse to change regardless if you like it or not. And some people, you just need to tell them, I don't want to talk about this right now. I really don't. I'm tired. I'm drained. Because all that is going to lead you to is resentment. And that's why I said personally, I can't be surrounded by people who refuse to change but continuously complain. That's the bar. Can't be surrounded by people who refuse to change but continuously complain. I'm good. Off that. Sure. You know, I just need a break. Yeah. So for my people pleasers out there, you need to set boundaries. You need to set boundaries to these people. And to the people who are like this, Baba, to the people who are like this, yes, it's okay that you complain to your fellow men and your support system. That's okay. But you can't just start and stop at complaining. You have to keep going. Take the advice and listen to them. How about that? You know, take your advice. Take the advice that's being given to look for a solution. Look for a solution to the problem, because your life is not just woe is me. Now, some people life really is woe is me. And go for you. But not all of your life is just woe is me. You have to be able to come out of the bottom of the barrel thinking that you are right now, because at the end of the day, complaining is healthy, but too much complaining is good for you. Too much complaining is excessive, because all is this and no this. All is this and no this. It's all talk, no working. All talk, no working. You're stagnant. You ain't moving. You get me? So I think it's very important to incorporate movement within the complaining. Take a little second to complain. Take a little second to do a little rant. A rant is important. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here to listen. A rant is important. It's important as fudge. However, when you start bridging the gap between ranting and no working or no action, when you're continuously ranting with no action, you're not gonna get anywhere. And then you're gonna drain the people around you, because complaining has a specific energy to it. We don't like to acknowledge it, but complaining has a specific energy to it. It's icky, it's heavy, it's the energy that you come around people with is so heavy it feels exhausting. Because it's exhausting to you, and now you're sending that energy in with everybody else, and it's exhausting to them. Right? You have to be able, and not to say that people can't carry your weight as well. That is not what I'm saying. You're now burdened. However, you have to keep pushing and keep walking when you realize that my life is mine. My life is mine, and even though my life is mine, complaining is not gonna fix this life is mine. This life is mine. Complaining is not gonna fix the life that I have right now. Complaining is not gonna fix the life that I've established right now. It's not. It's gonna help ease the stress, but it's not gonna work. It's gonna help ease the stress of it all. But if you're not doing anything to change that, your life is gonna continuously be in that, and then you're gonna have something new to complain about every single day. Because and next thing too is that just because your life is bad doesn't mean there isn't something to be grateful for. As much as there is things to complain about, there is things to be grateful for as well. How do we counteract our ungratefulness? We start being ungrateful, because that's what complaining really is. As much as complaining is healthy, at some point it gets ridiculous. At some point we need to start incorporating joy, gratitude and thankfulness back into our lives. Even if it's just something simple as I woke up today, I'm happy. Even if it's just something as simple as the sky is blue, I'm happy. Even something as simple as the grass is green, I'm happy. Because if the grass is green, we have another chance to make Earth good again. If I wake up, I have another chance to make my life good again. If the sky is blue, we have another chance to make life great again, to make the crumbling Earth better. That's what we need to establish. We have too many chances in this life to squander it by being ungrateful. And I'm not saying your complaining is not warranted. If you're complaining too much at this point, I understand. However, it doesn't stop at complaining. It starts at complaining, you move with action, and you follow up with gratitude. You can't make those tiny moments in your day make your whole day bad. You can't make those tiny moments when you're angry and you're upset make the whole situation bad. You have to move forward. Life is not just filled with misery. Life is not just filled with the bad things. You have to acknowledge the good things. Because if my friend came home, she was like, Luna, and she started complaining, and she was like, but you know what, I'm grateful that X, Y, Z. I'd have felt great. I'd have been like, okay, cool, she have a good positive outlook on some things, you know? So, so you must be able to acknowledge the good and the bad. Not just the bad, because life is not just filled with bad. I promise you, darling. I promise you. I want you to take a minute, and I want you to give you homework. I know you homework, yuck, right? But let's not get traumatized. Yeah, school was traumatizing enough. I want to give you a little exercise, right? I want you to decide you're gonna look for good things that happen today. Once you decide, you're gonna look for all the good things that's happening today, and tell me what you feel in the comments, what you feel after, and I'll respond. And if you cannot tell me nothing, go outside. Tell me you need to find one good thing. That's your homework. Find one good thing. No answer is not an answer. No, you did not find anything is an answer, because I know that's a lie. Find it, and you can come back. If you don't find it, try tomorrow and try next day, because you will. You will. Try it and then come back. I promise you it works. Kisses, my loves.